Hello everyone and welcome back. And if you're new here, I'm glad you're here. So for this base, I took a piece of plywood and just kind of rough cut a shape out of it. Nothing in particular, just wanted it rounded off more or less. And then as a support, I just took a piece of wood and pre-drilled some holes to screw the two pieces of wood together. Due to the awkwardness of it, a bunch of these things I did just slightly off camera just for space constraints. Now that the solid part is done, now it's time to figure out the insulation foam. Once I got the pieces of foam figured out where they would be, then it was just time to hot glue it all together. And once that was done, I took it outside with my hot wire foam cutter due to the fumes and the stink of it to shape it to more of what I wanted. Then I took some of the cutoff pieces to build up the sides more the way I wanted it, and a little bit on the front and the bottom. Once that was done, I used some grout to fill in the bigger gaps and holes and cracks, just to try and make it look more like a solid piece. By now, my Mod Podge paint mix is pretty much used up, but I'm using the same container with a PVA glue or Elmer's glue mix with paint. And with that done, the whole project is now sealed in a glue paint mixture. Here I start doing some different color washes, and this red wash really got way more than I thought it would be, so I had to blot it off. After watering the red down more, it worked out much better, and I did some reds, and then I did some browns and a little bit of yellow. Once all that was done, then it was time to do a nice black wash to get those recessed areas nice and dark. Once the black wash was done, then it was time for some dry brushing, my favorite part of these projects. I love how dry brushing brings out the details. With that done, then it was time to figure out how I was going to attach the tree to the rock. I twisted out a bunch of roots with a large portion of the wires remaining for the center. Here I am just making a hole down into the foam for that large center of wires in the root system to attach. Putting that wire part down into the foam took a few tries and took a bit of twisting to get it to go in there just right. Once I had it all right, then I used some heavy duty Elmer's glue to glue the tree in place. Once that was set, then I just needed to twist the roots into some positions and put on a little bit of weight and then let it dry. Right there in that spot on that root on the back end, I used a big paper clip, bent it in half, and used that as an anchor to help hold it in place. Who doesn't love spreading Elmer's glue or PVA glue around with their finger? I did this covering the entire flat of the base and prep for putting sand down and some little stones. And after that was done, it was time to clean up my weird sand symbol. Gotta save that sand. For some of the top parts of the rocks, I spread out some glue for some more bits to be put on. I used some of my alfalfa bits that I had sifted out the fine particles to make it look more like green grass foliage type stuff. Doing this type of stuff is probably second to dry brushing. It's just a very satisfying process. And now it's time to position all the branches. Unfortunately, the colors were too close to each other. It's difficult in the pictures and the video to see the difference of the two oranges. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and I will see you in the next video.